guys, Mermaid Treasure Hunter here. My buddy at Treasure Talk, Jeff, sent me a message and asked me to do a video talking about my best or favorite find. So I'm gonna talk story. I'm gonna talk a little story today. I got my metal detector, my Equinox 800, for Christmas in 2019. We actually went to Thailand for Christmas that year, and I'm pretty sure Whitney, Kevin, and I got coronavirus because we were all sick at some point during the trip, and we were the ones that had very mild symptoms. So, and we've never had it confirmed. It's just what we choose to believe because we were sick. We didn't feel good, and we were on our trip, and we were in a foreign country, and you know, it was good. It's all good. Anyway, when I got home, I found two things right away that had me so hooked. I just took my metal detector down into my backyard. I wanted to just see, you know, how does it work? What does it sound like? There were just signals everywhere. It was just going off like crazy, and I didn't know anything about the settings. I still struggle with the settings. You know, I used to be out there every single day, but we have been in a state of emergency lockdown since the end of Golden Week, which I want to say was, I'll have to look it up and I'll put it on the screen. Anyway, Golden Week in Japan, and when that ended, our numbers had spiked for cases of coronavirus, and they put us in a state of emergency until June 20th. And then when June 20th rolled around, they said, nope, still too crazy with the cases, daily cases. So they extended it to July 12th. So we are currently waiting to find out what's gonna happen come July 12th, which I'm really getting tired of not being able to metal detect. So I can do, you know, like my little beach. I can do beaches that don't have lifeguards, but those beaches don't really get a whole lot of traffic. So I don't find a whole lot, and it's no fun. I've decided, I have learned, it's no fun just pulling trash, especially when we're a subtropical island and it is so hot in the summertime. You know, you just barely walk outside and you're already covered in sweat, and yeah, it's hot and muggy here. Very hot and muggy. Anyway, so I went down in my backyard and I'm just swinging along. I found a 10 yen coin, which is worth 10 cents. I found a $1 coin, which is 100 yen, so worth $1. What else did I find? I found some screws. I found maybe a bottle cap. I found, I don't remember, but anyway, so I hear this beep, 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 and I dig a little bit, and I saw what looked like the end of a hose bib, and it looked like it had been flattened a little bit. So I thought, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave that there because I had dug so much trash already, and I just thought, no. And so I thought, well, you know, I should maybe just dig a little bit more. So I started to pull on the end of it, and I start pulling, and out comes this sword. Holy crap. So this was the end right here that I could see in the ground. And so can you see how that might have looked like you know, like the end of a flattened hose? Well, here's the sword. Here's the sword, and isn't that so cool? I don't know if you can see the details on it. It's got little, you know, like serious details all over it. And it's got a little man that, to me, that looked like it was Incan or Mayan artwork on both sides. So I started doing some research, and I put it on my Facebook page, and all of my friends started doing research too. And can you see like that dragon head or something? It's a couple of faces. There's a lot of faces in this sword. And then I found that, you know, when something has a hole like that, it could be, you know, a bayonet kind of a thing. Although this is pretty, it's like 30 or 32 inches. I don't remember exactly. Anyway, I was hooked. You didn't have to tell me twice. I was hooked. And anyway, it turns out that this is a replica of a Chinese sword that was made, I think originally it was like 1600s, or I don't remember. It was almost 2 years ago, guys, since I found this. So I just don't have that kind of memory anymore. But anyway, and it turns out the guy that rented this house prior to us contacted me, and he said that he was a sword collector and he buried it in the backyard to see what it would look like after it was underground for some time. And he too had a metal detector, and he, you know, I don't know, the story sounds fishy to me. I'm just thankful that he didn't ask for it back, because I wasn't going to give it back. This was one of my first finds. It's amazing. You know, yeah. He buried it and forgot about it, and I found it, and finders keepers. Sorry, dude. But is that just the coolest thing? And it's pretty heavy. Thanks for listening. If you are thinking about getting a metal detector, you know you can go to Myers Metal Detecting in Tampa. They ship out. Phil Myers, really funny guy. I've never met him or Jeff, but I watch their Treasure Talk show, and they have good guests on. And you guys, have a good one, and I will see you on the next hunt. I realize that you guys can see my fish tank in the backdrop. And this guy is like a circus performer. He's a tang. He has really pretty colors. I hate to get too close because then he gets upset. He has really pretty colors. And he's like a circus performer, though. He gets really mad at me if I don't feed him, and he'll splash water out. And he's hungry all the time. And he's gotten too big for the tank, and we're going to take him out and put him out in the ocean, back out in the ocean. We got him out in front of our house, and he was like a quarter of that size. And so it's time to put him back. And he's so pretty, isn't he? He's just such a pretty fish. Anyway, there's my tank. Let me back out a little bit. Well, this is Kevin's tank. All right, here's my tank. And my tank is a lot smaller than Kevin's. But I have some corals, a big tridacna clam, a baby tridacna clam, and my fish are so tiny. They're blue damsels that they were like the size of an eraser head when I pulled them out of the ocean, and they're getting so big. And damsels are really territorial and aggressive, and so after a while, you know, when they get probably double the size of that biggest guy right there, I'll scoop them out and put them back in the ocean, and at least they have a bit of a fighting chance at that point because they're a lot bigger. But yep, there's my tank.